did you feel it? Some people say they just felt an earthquake in Arizona.
Yeah, loud boom, windows rattling. People reaching out to us saying it happened sometime between 8:30 and 9 o'clock tonight, somewhere in the East Valley. Some people saying Scottsdale and the Cave Creek area. Social media all about this right now. You're seeing your tweets and posts, and ABC 15's Kinsey Schofield's on the phone with us right now. Kinsey, you say you felt it.
I did, and it was interesting because right before I felt the first jolt, all of my dogs became alert. They were asleep, and they all kind of rushed towards the door, and I thought that that was interesting. Maybe there was an animal outside. And then there was the first jolt, which I assumed was a bobcat on the roof or something, and then after the second jolt, I was really frightened, and that's when I started locking up the house.
Yeah, a lot of people saying they felt this, and we've been checking with USGS.
Right.
We know that there have been a number of earthquakes, very small ones reported in the California area today, nothing reported in Arizona, but that's not necessarily unusual. There's seismic activity all the time.
Yeah, and we'll stay with it. We'll keep digging on this for you throughout the newscast.
Rattle and roll. Seismometers under scrutiny across Arizona tonight, being checked and rechecked. Geologists say we get hundreds of little earthquakes in our state every single year.
Yeah, but they say there were none in the valley at about 8:30 last night. So what caused all that shaking and rumbling?
ABC 15's Melissa Blasey is joining us now live in Air 15 with what witnesses and experts are now saying about this. Melissa.
From this vantage point, you can really get an idea of the huge area that this covered. A lot of people are questioning, did it come from the sky? Because they felt the boom, and they also felt maybe pressure coming down on their rooftops. The question is, what kind of thing would have that kind of power?
Last night on the couch, got a big jolt.
We felt the doors shake, like somebody was trying to push them in, but we didn't see the doors move. It was, and then at the same time, we heard a thump.
She's in Scottsdale. She's in Fountain Hills.
And then a second bang happened, so I looked at my light to see if it was shaking or anything, and it's like, there's no light, and I didn't know what it was.
With houses shuddering, dogs barking, the air rumbling, Twitter blew up. Cave Creek seemed to get the worst of it.
So what was it that caused the rumbling and the noise last night? We wanted to know too. That's why we called everybody who we could think of who could possibly have the answer. From NASA to the FAA to Luke Air Force Base, the National Weather Service, the Arizona Geological Survey, even the Arizona Mine Inspector.
ABC 15 learned there were no signs of an earthquake.
There were some signatures of maybe a man-made disturbance, but can't really say where it occurred or what it was based on our equipment.
Like a sonic boom? Could military jets be the culprit?
We know that we did have aircraft assigned to Luke Air Force Base flying around 8:30 p.m.
But they were flying 60 miles west of their West Valley base, so could a boom be heard as far as the far East Valley?
It's not impossible, but it is unlikely.
No one has stepped forward to claim responsibility, and as the Phoenix Lights anniversary approaches, UFO theories are starting to float around again.
The weirdest, scariest thing, I think it's just the unknown.
And of course, so many more questions, almost more questions than answers today about this. So we will keep looking into it because we want to know as much as you do. What went boom in the night last night? Back to you.
Thanks so much, Melissa. Meantime, we want to get to some breaking news happening right now. This is in the Flagstaff area. Getting a report.
I heard.
What are you talking about?
The sonic boom. There was like a sonic boom or an earthquake, or there was a noise of some sort.
Lots of people heard the sound. A lot more heard about it on the morning drive.
A splat?
No.
No?
Because that implies moisture. There was no moisture.
Okay.
This was clearly a percussive, concussive effect.
Mark and Neanderthal on KSLX this morning talking about the boom.
I can say with a great degree of certainty it was not a wham.
To me, it sounded like a dumpster closing. Like, you know, when you have when there's one of those dumpster trucks going down the back alley.
I remember hearing something and looking out the window, seeing if I was going to see a truck pass by.
The calls started rolling in.
Yeah, we got a bunch of calls about it,
Yeah, you know, not until we brought it up. It's almost like everybody was very, very quiet about it. Hush, hush.
Yeah. Michael Patterson heard it too, felt it in North Scottsdale.
The dogs ran out, started barking. It sounded a lot closer than a fire jet. Windows rattled. We sit our couch right behind the window. They rattled. The tables rattled. The pictures rattled.
So what was it? The U.S. Geological Survey shows earthquakes for the last week, no matter how small. There's California. There's Arizona. Nothing. We even went over the airspace charts for the area around Anthem in the North Valley. There should only be commercial flights around there, but we did find some military training routes. Still, nothing that should have been supersonic, unless it's something we don't know about.
Of course it's aliens.
What else could it be?
Which leaves sonic booms from the military. They can go supersonic if they want, but at high altitude, so the boom wouldn't be as loud. So far, no one's admitting to that either. William Pitts, 12 News.
I think in this case it might have been a meteor bolide. But if this was able to shake the ground and it happened at night, there should have been a clear fireball seen even with clouds. A flash should have been seen within 5 minutes of the boom unless people mistaken it for lightning. On Saturday, March 4, 2017 around 5:52 UT, people did report seeing a fireball towards western Arizona. This could have been a fragment of the larger bolide. Due to the gravitational pull of the moon with the Earth, if the meteor was a lost cluster, piece can split off and be a day or two behind the original meteor bolide, which could have been the size of a truck or van. But astronomers are not sure about this theory. Just about a week early, on February 26, 2017, there was a bolide meteor over Texas that produced a sonic boom heard for miles. But it's possible the Arizona boom was the mystery booms, for there was a mysterious boom before over Phoenix back in December of 2012. These mystery booms, if intelligent, may wait a few years before producing the next large boom so as not to make it obvious there is a pattern, if they are testing us. It seems highly unlikely a meteor bolide would happen over the same area in just a few years. But there was a bolide explosion just back on June 2, 2016 over Phoenix. It seems strange that it is happening again in the general area when, according the American Meteor Society, a bolide airburst only happens on average 3 times a year over the US alone. I think NASA and AMS are underestimating the number of bolides the size of cars that happen per year over the US. AMS's graph just shows the number of people reporting, not the number of meteors. This is not a good graph, for it just reflects the website's growth. It should also show the number of actual bolides, which would be around 10, I estimate. But it does seem like they are becoming less frequent. For between the years of 2011 and 2015 there seemed to be an increase of meteors and these mystery booms. Here is the video of the bolide over Texas. Let us know if you heard these mystery booms.